Hello, everyone. This is Johnny Mayer with Wallace Ennis once again with a Wallace Ennis Tech Talk. Uh, Without further ado, let's get started. So, who are we? We're Wallace Ennis. We have been in this industry for 95 years. We have 72 employees. 16 years is the average employee tenure, and we have two locations. Those locations are, as you see here, 50 Newtown Road in Plainview. That's the New York office covering the 5 boroughs in Long Island. The Jersey office covers North Jersey, Westchester County, and all over the tri-state area. Who are we and what do we do? How do we achieve success? We use a 360 experience. We support the entire project from engineer to end user. So we will work with developers to figure out a plan. What are your goals? What do you need in place? We'll go to the engineer. We'll help in the design phase, select equipment, make sure they've got full efficiency in the newest equipment. The general contractor, we can then work with them down to the mechanical contractor where we'll lay things out. We'll walk the job site with you, provide startup, and really assists every step of the way. Wholesale items to finish off the project. And we'll make sure the owner and the plumbing contractor and everyone is satisfied. And we'll go back to the developer, hope that they had a good time with that job, and we'll start right over again. So here are some of the products that we sell. Today we're going to be focusing on lock and bar. So I'm going to box that one in for you. So the part of the 360 experience, we go to the market with 3 service offerings. First, Hydro Source. This is the residential and commercial, existing buildings, new construction. So sizing, engineering, training, anything like that. Hydro Max, this is commercial for existing buildings, energy audits, preventative maintenance, equipment, service, we can do all of that. And then Hydro Fab, this is commercial, new construction, HVAC package system, design assistance. You have single source responsibility, upfront fixed pricing, reduced capital equipment and costs. We also offer an extended warranty on these packagings. It really helps to have the B&G or lock and bar or anything else. We can put anything on there, but to have your rep put all that together properly per your I&O manual, huge advantage. Here's a few projects we've done. Hopefully you guys watching this have worked on some of this with us and can attest to these success stories. 1 Wall Street, 99 Hudson's going to be the tallest tower in New Jersey. So I think that's opening next year. So it's all pretty impressive. So today we are going to talk about condensing and non-condensing boiler installations, maintenance, service, go over a little bit of that. So first, why condensing technology versus non-condensing? So gas condensing boilers provide the highest efficiency possible. They also are cost-effective venting systems. They can solve cramped mechanical rooms, small footprint. A lot of them are low mass when you compare them to the old style non-condensing copper heat exchanger models, which can be much bigger, especially on the floor. A lot of them lay horizontally. And also the modulation is much increased on a condensing unit. On our Crests, you can get 25 to 1 turn down in some of these units. So when you can turn down to 4% load to match what's going on in that building, you can be sure that you are using your resources efficiently and effectively. So this is a chart here. I just want to show you guys how do you get condensing. Basically, the best way to get condensing is the low return temperature. So 140 degree and under is sort of your dew point where you're going to get condensing. When you get into condensing, that's when you're getting up into that 92, 3, 4, 96% efficiency when your boiler's condensing like that. So we do that using an outdoor reset. So this short sort of can show you that on a cooler day, you can lower your outgoing temperature so that your return temperature is lower. Make sure you get that nice, good condensing, okay? And that can happen very efficiently, whether you're going full blow or, again, 20 to 1, 25 to 1 turn down. So our main condensing lines that I'm going to talk about today, this is the smaller, a little more residential night line. These come in wall hung, starting at 55,000 BTU, up to the floor standing night XLs. Those come into 800,000 BTU. So this covers a huge range. And these are good for residential, light commercial, even some bigger commercial buildings. There is an FTXL line in between what I'm showing you, but I'm going to focus on the night and the Crest. The Crest is our larger offering, going up to 6 million BTU. this is really the crown jewel of the Lochinvar product line, and frankly, the best condensing boiler on the market. And we can cover a wide range from 750,000 up to 6 million BTU, peaking at 25-to-1 turn down, 97, 98% efficient on a lot of these if your system's set up properly. And I'm going to go over that right now. So the find mate items in your installation you need to check for: electricity, air, venting, water, and gas, right? All natural gas boilers we're talking about here. So I'm going to go over each of those, how to install them, a few common mistakes and tips and tricks that we see all the time. So first, clearances for a night. As you can see here, you got 14 inches in the rear, 18 up front, 12 at the top, and 12 on the left side. You only need one side. The connections are only on that left side of the boiler facing the front of it. So not a lot of space to get these going. You do need to put these on a hard floor, concrete housekeeping pad usually. You don't want this on a wood floor, for instance. That's probably the only restriction with that. When you talk about the crest, this is a letter we can send out. Basically, what we're showing, you can put these things side by side. That's right, side by side, no clearance. All your connections are in the back, and your video touchscreen is in the front. So in summation, 0 side clearance is required. 0 on the crest. Now, this is it's a large boiler. In the condensing class, it is about average to large size. So side by side really closes that gap. It takes up about the same amount of space in an average installation, which, you know, New York City, that matters. So for your venting installation, direct vent category 4, with most of these units, you can do 100 equivalent feet, meaning each elbow is going to cost you about 5 feet, a 90 degree, about 2.5 feet. So you can do about 100 equivalent feet with the fan installed in the unit. According to the INO, you can use PVC, CPVC, polypro, you know, stainless steel, a lot of different ones, 3 to 6 inch diameters. This is on the nights. But in New York City, and always check local code, guys, wherever you're installing, we're going to use mostly stainless steel, AL 429C for the most part. That's what you're going to be using. When you're using a crest, guys, you got to get your common vent designs approved by Lochinvar. All common vented systems must be approved by Lochinvar. All common vented systems must be approved by Lochinvar. And I'm going to say it 2 more times. Really important. If you've got a common vented system, we're gonna take care of it for you and cover it, but you just got to let us know. We are common venting. We're going to get it out to the professional and local team that Lochinvar employs to approve this and make sure that you're going to have a functioning model. Sometimes you're going to have to put in a damper. Rarely do you have to put in a fan unless you've got a super long run. Most of these installs are on the roof. It's not going to be a problem. But please reach out to us early in your job so we can help you lay that out, design, and we can even get you in touch with venting professionals. If you need a full layout, sizing, we can do all of that for you. Gas installation, the crest units can take between 4 and 14-inch water column. Functional range, I know some of our competitors, you have to have 14-inch water column. We don't. 4 to 14 is fine. You just want to make sure you're not having any drastic drops in pressure when you start your unit. And if that's the case, you're probably going to want to put on a lockup regulator just to make sure you got enough reservoir gas there. Common mistake, guys, is that the gas line does not get sized properly. So if you look at this is the submittal for the crest, and you'll see the connection on a 1 million BTU unit, for instance, is 1.25 inches. Now, if we look at this chart in your INO manual, you'll see that if you have 100 foot of straight pipe and you go to 1 million BTU, you're actually going to need a 2.5 inch gas connection size, not the 1.25 inches on there, okay? So you want to increase your size right off of the unit. We know it's a smaller connection, and make sure you run that 100 feet in the proper size, which should be 2.5 inches, okay? So oversize is not a problem, but undersize can be a huge issue. You're going to starve that boiler of gas. You're going to have drastic drops once you start it up, especially when you consider multiple units. So this chart is basically just your BTU versus the length of your run, and that's how you're going to size your gas line. Please reach out to us anytime you have a job with any questions. We are always happy to go over the chart for you and answer these questions, and better earlier than later. So in New York City, they want a secondary low water cutoff on all these boiler installations. And a lot of people always ask, where do I put that secondary cutoff? First of all, the initial one is standard equipment. we're going to ship out all of our boilers with one pre-installed. So the first one's inside the boiler. The second one, you're going to want to put right there when you can. You might see that your stack comes off the back there and goes up. Sometimes that's a little tight. You can put it anywhere in the line before your valve, okay? So right there where I pointed out is the best location, or anywhere nearby is good. This is usually what that little secondary cutoff's gonna look like. We send it from McDonnell Miller. That is the Xylem brand low water cutoffs. And we're gonna ship that with most of our boilers. All right, let me go over a few maintenance notes here. Generally speaking, this is what your service technician is gonna do when you have an issue after checking out your error code, obviously. But most of the time, you're going to check your wiring, perform your startup performance verification. You're going to inspect the flame. Is it stable? And your flame signal. If you have an issue, you're going to clean the heat exchanger if the flue temperature is more than 54 degrees above the return water temperature. So what happens often is they clean the heat exchanger, or you'll remove your burner using compressed air, and you'll clean that out. There's really good YouTube videos made by Lock and Bar where you can see how to clean a burner. Again, we have a service team, guys. We're happy to do any of this for you. You can do it yourself as well. I just want you to be informed, make sure you do it properly. Generally, you're going to open up that cap. You're going to take out your burner. You're going to use your compressed air. You're going to blow both ways. Generally, that's all you need to do. Your spark igniter needs to be changed pretty often. So you can usually either clean the one you have, your flame rod, and you can clean that with a $1 bill. That's about the right grit. You can get that clean and replace it. They're also cheap to replace. You can always reach out to Wallace Ennis for parts, part numbers, to pick up what you need and do a proper cleaning. We've just demonstrated the latest technology and the best state-of-the-art equipment for overall efficiency and return on investment. I think you would agree that investing in a quality product like we have shown makes sense, don't you? Yes, thank you. So I can count on you to specify our brand for upcoming projects. That's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in again, and we'll talk to you next week.